Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. I'm Hudson.
And I'm Allie.
Coming up, why you should never go on a safari at Disney World.
Also, is love blind?
All that and more on the way next. We got a lot of food news going on. It's just a busy time for food. And part of it is McDonald's. Their CEO is still in the news.
Oh boy.
After going viral earlier this week with his tasting video for the Big Arch Burger, 8772 Radio U, the CEO for McDonald's, Chris Kempczynski. This is actually a video that he posted a while ago on his Instagram.
Okay.
But people are stumbling upon it now because
he went
they
viral.
were already on there. Yeah, they were on his Instagram anyways. And it's him explaining how he uses AI.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It is better lighting than the burger tasting video,
Okay.
first of all. He looks much better.
That's good. Never use that lighting again, Chris, because you looked like a vampire.
But he says that he is a AI super subscriber. He has all the AIs. He uses them all the time in work and in life.
ChatGPT, he's got the subscription.
Yep.
Gemini.
Yep. Nano Banana.
I was like, what is the ones after that? Grok, I guess?
Yeah, Grok. Yeah, he uses them all. All of them. And so a couple of examples he said in his personal life, and I actually can kind of see how this is a good suggestion. He, for his Christmas card photo, he's like, nobody likes taking Christmas card photos, which is actually so true. Like, I'm like, oh, he's a normal guy.
Yeah.
Because he's like, and the dog, you can't pose the dog. So we took a picture of everybody and fed it into Nano Banana and then asked it to make us a Christmas card photo at Rockefeller in front of the tree. And it spit that out and we sent it out to everybody.
Oh, that's a really nice idea.
Isn't that actually kind of smart?
I kind of want to try that.
So now I'm like, okay, I see why you got to be the CEO of McDonald's. That's some good thinking.
Yeah, smart, efficient.
But then he's like, and at work, I use AI. Like I asked Gemini, given the food trends going on right now, what are some new menu items we could add to McDonald's?
Oh, shortcut.
Yeah, and Gemini told him one, McRib nuggets.
Not a terrible idea, Gemini.
Not bad. Don't know what that really, I mean, it's basically what Arby's just did. The steak nuggets. And also add Korean style sauce to everything, basically.
Yeah, the Korean barbecue sauces are so good.
It's taken off.
Yep.
So he goes, this was so crazy to me though. He's like, so I gave those to our tasting team and we'll see what they do. And I was just imagining being on the tasting team at McDonald's and in walks the CEO in his sweater and he's like, hey guys, I was just asking AI. I got these really good ideas. Yeah, I was asking Gemini what it thinks. And it said McRib nuggets and Korean sauce. So I don't know, maybe you guys could do and like
work those in somehow.
Yeah, and this is what I said. This is my line when AI's telling us what to do. If I was a employee at McDonald's and the boss was like, I asked AI what it thinks you should do and you should do these things. I'd be like, and AI's not my boss.
Yeah, that's a slap in the face for anybody that's coming up with creative ideas for what McDonald's should do next. But I will say, I think the idea of McRib nuggets is a cool idea.
Look into that.
It's not terrible. So it's not that Gemini came up with a bad idea, but I think Gemini, it can be a great way to brainstorm. Any AI can be a good way to brainstorm. But as you said, don't let it be the ultimate decision maker. You know?
Well, I'm also thinking, I'm like, McRib nuggets. Why didn't a person think of that? And then I'm like, somebody probably did, and that's what Google Gemini saw and stole it.
They 100% stole it off of Reddit. Somebody suggested it, and so you got to go find that OG post and thank that person.
The worst is it probably wasn't even an actual suggestion. It was like a joke. It was like, I don't know, it was some meme. It was some post, like something nobody random. Actually thinks it should be made, but now Google does, and now we kind of do.
I kind of do think it should be made. It sounds pretty good.
Get your popcorn ready. It's our Friday tradition, the weekend watch list, letting you know which movies are new that you could be watching in theaters and at home this weekend. Starting with Hoppers, the new movie from Pixar. When scientists discover a way to transform human consciousness into robotic animals, Mabel uses the new technology to uncover mysteries of the animal world that are beyond anything she could have ever imagined.
Oh, I had no idea that's what the movie was about.
That's what it is. It's like Avatar, but with animals.
Okay.
That's what they say in the trailer.
Oh.
Now in theaters, Hoppers has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Who was this? We have Russ Simmons of... Alex Bentley of Culture Map says, like the classic films from the studio that we were talking about yesterday.
Let's go.
It has goofy, heartfelt, and exciting parts mixing together for an enthralling time at the theater.
Yes, Pixar, please be back into your old form.
I hope. I was reading through like the clips of reviews, and they all do kind of sound like if somebody was holding a gun to your head and said, write a nice review about this movie. That's kind of what they feel like. So I'm a little worried.
Okay.
I'm just predisposed because Pixar's been bad.
Yeah.
And I didn't think the trailer for this looked particularly good.
Yeah.
So, but I'm open to being wrong. In fact, I'm going to see this movie. So I'm going to go see it.
Give it a shot.
We
You got to report back. Let us know.
Maybe a children's movie about animals is not for you. Maybe instead you want to watch The Bride, starring Jessie Buckley, Christian Bale, and Jake Gyllenhaal. In 1930 Chicago, groundbreaking scientist Dr. Euphronius brings a murdered young woman back to life to be a companion for Frankenstein's monster. What happens next is beyond what either of them could have ever imagined. Now in theaters, The Bride has 62% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I have to say, when I'm watching the trailer, this did look a little disappointing.
Yeah, but we're going through a little Frankenstein-assance, though.
We are.
Like, we're bringing Frankenstein back, which is funny. That was funny. Come on.
It was. I laughed.
Stephanie Zacharek of Time Magazine, though, says it's an intellectual joyride without the joy.
That's kind of the sense you get from the trailers. It feels very empty.
Yeah, like they want to do something more and they just didn't.
They want to do something exciting and it ends up being boring.
Yeah. Also in theaters this weekend, The Protector, or actually just Protector, starring Mila Jovovich and Matthew Modine. Former war hero Nikki's peaceful life is shattered when her daughter is kidnapped. Thrust into the criminal underworld while hunted by cops and military, she must fight to rescue her child. Okay. Protector is now in theaters with a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Whoa! 13?
Mark Dusick of Mark Reviews Movies says Protector doesn't even come across as a finished movie.
Whoa!
Ouch.
Scathing.
And maybe you just don't feel like going to the movies this weekend. Maybe you want to stay home. War Machine, starring Alan Ritchson, is now on Netflix. During the final stage of U.S. Army Ranger selection, an elite team's training exercise turns into a fight for survival against an unimaginable threat. War Machine is now on Netflix. It doesn't have a Rotten Tomatoes score yet.
Okay.
But William Bibiani of The Wrap, we love William Bibiani.
Yes, William!
He says, if you can accept the fact that it's big, silly, and brainless, and nowhere near as good as its obvious influences, and also that it's shameless propaganda, it's still possible to have a good time. That's why we love William Bibiani.
It's true.
Of The Wrap.
He's great.
Also on Netflix this weekend is the documentary series The Dinosaurs, narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Oh, is this the one that's like animated? Like
I think
CGI?
So. Yeah. But it's kind of like, I don't know, like those Blue Planet or, you know, like those big things.
It's made to be like a nature documentary.
Yeah, but it's about dinosaurs. So I don't know. I could see that being the type of thing that you just flip on in the background. Yeah. Doesn't that feel like that?
Probably going to be very beautiful.
Yeah.
You know?
And just soothing with Morgan Freeman narrating it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I love that.
That's your weekend watch. Just let us know what you wind up seeing this weekend at 8772 Radio U. We always like to see your reviews. And by the way, Collington coming up in an hour, less than an hour, right here on Radio U with his new song, Waiting for Daylight. That's your weekend watch. We'll see you at the movies. This is going to be the most unhinged thing you hear all day. When I tell you this, your jaw will be on the floor, at least at first.
Yeah.
A former Disney World employee has shared that safari drivers for Disney, like at the Animal Kingdom, are instructed, they are trained to drive away if someone falls in the crocodile pit.
Oh my gosh.
8772 Radio U. You're on the safari at Animal Kingdom. Somebody falls off into the crocodile pit somehow. And what is the Disney employee supposed to do? Get out of there.
Zoom away.
Zoom away. Even if it's a baby, you're supposed to drive away.
Oh my gosh.
It sounds like the craziest thing you've ever heard.
It sounds terrifying, but I have to say, I've been near the Disney crocodile exhibit, enclosure, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many crocodiles in there.
Mm-hmm.
They are huge crocodiles. There's no saving someone. If they fall in, they're done for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they are literally done for. And I think at that point, what they're trying to do is make sure that no one goes diving in after them.
Why can't they just give like the employee like a gun or something? It worked on Harambe.
I was going to say, we all know how well that went last time.
Yeah. Disney's like, we're doing the reverse Harambe. We are not saving a child no matter what. Let him go.
Yeah. I thought you meant we would be shooting the child.
What? No. I guess that would be the reverse.
The reverse.
It's the same effect.
Yeah.
They might as well shoot the child because they're driving away.
I know. It's literally terrifying, and it makes me think and wonder, which I think we have asked this as well, like, why even have a crocodile pit?
Yeah, that's a pretty good question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you could just not have one and not have to worry about this.
Don't have to worry about it.
But instead, now, are they closing the Animal Kingdom?
I have no idea.
I thought
are they?
They might be getting rid of it or something.
I have not heard that.
And granted, even if maybe that's why, because it's too much of a liability. But even if not, I don't think I've ever heard a story of anybody that has fallen in the crocodile pit in all these years.
I've never heard it. Obviously, they have to make a plan for any scenario involving something like that. And so I understand why they would give training on what to do. It's just jarring to hear that the training is, drive away.
Mm-hmm.
Because more than likely that person has family on that truck.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they're thinking is that family member or possibly multiple family members would try to dive in after them to get them out, which would then lead to just more people dying or getting maimed, because I'm sorry, you're not going to get out of the grip of a crocodile in a death roll. Like, it's not going to happen. You're done for.
I don't know. I watched a lot of Crocodile Hunter.
Yeah.
And Steve Irwin seems to figure it out.
But the problem is you have multiple crocodiles.
Mm-hmm.
It's different if it would just be one. You could start hitting it. You could try, there's like a flap in the back of the crocodile's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You could try and push that if they've got your arm in their mouth, and let their mouth flood with water. That's one way that you can try and loosen their grip. But the jaws of a crocodile are so powerful that it takes so much effort for them to clench down on something that it's literally it's almost impossible for them to unclench.
Okay.
So it's actually really, really hard to get out of the jaws of a crocodile if you have if they have your leg, if your arm, whatever. It's really, really hard to get out. So, and then add multiple crocodiles to the mix.
So what's the best thing to do? Add multiple people. Get everybody from the safari truck down in there. Distract them.
But you're talking about 30 crocodiles. There's so many.
How many people are on a safari truck?
Maybe the most.
If we even out the ratios a little bit, I think we stand a chance.
One person per crocodile.
Yeah, exactly. We might even outnumber them. And they feed the crocodiles, right? They shouldn't be hungry. And they're slow, right? So it's not like they're going to wander over there and eat something the moment it falls in.
They're not actually that slow. They can be very, very fast, especially in water. So if you fall in the water, you are done for.
I don't think that this is making me very uncomfortable.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's the wrong thing.
I never want to go on this safari.
You're actually making me want to cull the crocodile population. What are they good for, actually?
I would honestly agree with you. If they're this dangerous and this is the plan, we should just not have this in a habitat where there's children nearby. That's my fear and worry. When I'm on a safari in Africa, I stay very far away from the water. Very far.
If they aren't closing the Animal Kingdom at Disney World, if I ever go, I'm not going on the safari.
Yeah.
Because now I know that's death. It's literally a death trap. Disney's just they're literally waiting for somebody to die on this thing.
I think it was a couple months ago, Hudson, and we talked about this new feature that Spotify was testing out in New Zealand, of all places. And that was prompting Spotify's AI to create a playlist for you.
Yeah,
do you remember
this? I remember that and thinking that'd be fun to try.
Yeah, for some reason I just decided to go check and see if that had now been made available to, Spotify users here in the United States, and it is.
All right.
You can create the prompted playlists now. And so I decided to test it out because I remember the thing I said when we talked about it was I was like, I don't think you could ever make a playlist as good as what I would want, because I make lots of playlists, you make lots of playlists, and I'm very particular about what I put in there.
Yeah.
And I have very different, most of the playlists I create is based off of genre or vibe that I'm going for. But I decided to go ahead and prompt a playlist because I know I said this in the break when we first talked about it. I think this would be a good music discovery tool.
Yeah.
Because you can tell in the prompt, you could tell the AI, you want to hear songs you have not heard before. So never listen to them in your entire history of Spotify because it has all of the history of the music you've listened to over the time that you've had your account.
Right.
And you can also ask for base it off of this current playlist, similar artists, maybe even some of the same artists that are in this playlist, but again, songs I've never heard. And that's what I did.
Okay.
And it did a pretty decent job. I actually added it. I think it put together maybe 15 songs. So it's a pretty short playlist.
Okay.
15 or 20. And I think I added maybe 3 to 5 to a current playlist.
There you go.
So not terrible.
That's a pretty good ratio.
Yeah. I wasn't hating it, but I have to say.
Pretty good batting average.
Yeah. I did ask it to create me a RadioU playlist.
Okay.
I said, create a playlist with music that RadioU plays. And I put that in there. And I was like, it's AI. Hopefully it can find stuff online.
Yeah.
It did not do a very good job. So it's not going to be replacing us anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, nobody could replace us.
Exactly.
Nobody or no thing can replace.
No AI can replace us.
RadioU. But that is interesting. That's, I wonder if you if your results could be improved if you already knew about the RadioU playlist, because we have RadioU literally has playlists on Spotify.
Yeah.
And our DJ's playlists of the hits of the week and the most wanted and our buzz tracks and all that stuff is on there. So maybe if you fed that to Spotify's AI, I don't know if you can do that.
I think that it does better when it can pull from something that's in your account.
Okay.
So let's say you saved that playlist.
Right.
Or you have a playlist that you've created with RadioU artists and bands in there and then said build something with all new songs but from these artists or similar artists. I think it would do a better job. But if you just leave it pretty broad, it doesn't really know what to do.
Yeah, and I guess it doesn't have ideas of stuff that also I'm assuming it needs to be stuff that the music could be tagged as. You know what I mean? Where 70s or goth metal or something, it has to be stuff that could RadioU when the bands are adding it in or when Spotify's cataloging it or whatever they do.
You need some buzzwords.
It's not going to be one of those words.
Yeah,
so.
You need some buzzwords, some tags, something to give it some information so that it knows exactly what you're looking for. But like I said, it's a fun tool either way, and I definitely could see myself using it in the future, not for playlists that I want to listen to all the time, but more for that music discovery tool.
Yeah, well, this is giving me a couple ideas. One, everybody needs to follow RadioU on Spotify.
Yes.
Find the actual RadioU account, follow us on there. I need to update my Hudson's Hot Ones playlist.
I haven't updated my playlist since I started working here,
Hudson.
Hudson.
Not good at that. We're not good at that.
No, we aren't.
Because it's a different account. If it was my own account,
I would be updating it all the time.
Yeah.
And I have to send it all to Nene to update.
The good news is the most wanted and the buzz tracks, anything like that is constantly updated, constantly accurate. So follow RadioU on Spotify. And if you try out that AI tool, let us know your thoughts. I have the very unique opportunity for you to own the iconic butt birth rhino from Ace Ventura 2.
The way you started that break made me think like you were, like a telemarketer or something.
I feel like it, kind of.
I have this special opportunity for you to own.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish that I was getting commission off of this because this item is priceless.
Oh, man.
In Ace Ventura, when nature calls, when Jim Carrey comes out of the rhino's butt, you could own that very same rhino.
Oh, gosh.
Jim Carrey's been inside this rhino.
Yeah, that's so wild.
And came out of its butt. And now you could own
I
it.
love that in the listing photos, they show just like the straight up rhino, and then they also have the pictures from the movie.
Yeah. And they have it from all angles, of course. So you can rest assured this is the real deal. This is up for auction on propstoreauction.com. The starting bid was $2,000. They estimate it's worth $4,000 to $8,000, but it's already up to $12,000 in bids. Woo! So
somebody really wants this.
Yeah, but like I said, this is a priceless item. And think of the conversation starter piece that this is.
Yeah.
If you had this in your home,
right?
If you actually had a home and you had space, this would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Is it the actual rhino?
It's the actual rhino.
Okay, because it says screen matched. And so I wasn't sure if that means actual rhino or they matched it.
Let's see. We got a whole big description of here. It's Ace Ventura's screen matched oversized mechanical butt birth rhino from Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. In a now classic moment, Ace was forced to crawl out through its backside in the style of a baby's birth. They have so many pictures.
Yeah, so it does say it's the same rhino if you go further down in the description, but several parts of it were replaced due to damage.
The latex butt skin sheet was replaced. So it's not the actual same butt skin that
so
Jim
sad
Carrey
if you were planning on doing that.
But I think you can still recreate it if you want.
You definitely could.
You want to talk about conversation starter? You don't just have this rhino out. You like hide in this rhino when people are coming over, and that's how you exit the rhino every time they come in. That'd be amazing.
Oh no!
The way you could like. Your parents would be so proud if, like, the next time they came over and that's how you greeted them.
I love how it says...
You reach your hand out and shake their hand.
Oh, my gosh. I love how it says at the bottom of the description, special shipping required.
Yeah, I guess
this is going to require, like, a whole-on, big old, like a shipping container box.
Since it's a rhino the size of... it's almost
It's supposed to be like a life-size rhino.
Yeah, so... the opportunity exists for you, and now, like so many things on the show, we're sharing this information. Now it's up to you what to do with it.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, you can try and bid for it if you want to pay $12,000.
All I ask is if you get this rhino, you invite me over. Are you ready for a challenge?
Sure.
The challenge is to talk about Roblox's new AI tool that rewrites profanity in messages without accidentally using profanity on the show.
Oh, no.
Be very careful.
I don't know if I want to do this.
8772 Radio U. Obviously, Roblox has definitely had some just trouble lately.
It has.
And I feel like it's a little unfair to Roblox in a way, because like they just made a game, right?
Yeah.
But then people start using the game and people
abusing it.
Yeah, and then it's like Roblox is the bad guy for like, how come you're not stopping these people? And it's like, yeah, they should, but also like they just made a game. You know what I mean? They didn't ask for this.
Yeah, I also don't know. You could tell me this if you know more about Roblox than I do, but I feel like they might not have had any idea that it would become such a big hit with young kids. Because I feel like the massive player base that Roblox has, a large percentage, if not majority, are like under the age of 13.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they intended that, but at the end of the day, that's how it's
the
been
reality.
For a while.
I don't think they...
And when you have that, that's definitely leaving yourself open to having a lot of problems if that's the majority of the people that are on there, or there's a lot, and then there's also other people that are allowed.
There's other people that are allowed that are taking advantage of the fact that a lot of the users are underage and, so they're doing weird things and stuff. So, but I don't think that's Roblox problem because, like I said, I'm not for sure that they even had an idea that this would become such a big hit with young kids.
Yeah. Nevertheless, obviously you can be like, well, they're not doing enough to stop it, but they're still, it's not like they're asking people to do, you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So at the end, but one thing they are trying to do is like, okay, if you use profanity in the Roblox chat, what it currently does, or what it currently would do, is replace your whole message with just hash marks.
Oh.
Just the number sign, hashtag for the whole message.
Pound.
But well, yeah, right, exactly. But what they're trying to avoid is having that, because then like if somebody's just, like you can be having a conversation or like trying to communicate something on there, and then somebody puts something that is flagged as profanity in there, but that the whole message doesn't need to be thrown away necessarily.
Okay.
And so they're now using AI to rewrite messages
rewrite them.
Yeah. So the example given is you could be like talking to somebody, you guys are trying to do something together, and they could say, hurry TF up.
Oh.
And that would block out the whole message.
Yeah.
But now with the power of AI, they're able to tell and just cut out the TF and have it just say hurry up.
Oh.
I don't know why they need AI to do that.
Yeah.
It feels like that actually should be pretty simple.
I was going to say I feel like programming would just be able to change that out, but yeah.
But that is something that they've only just now been able to hopefully solve, is being able to edit messages in real time, essentially using AI, so that it can filter out the words that they don't want, but not necessarily just make the whole message nothing.
You know what this reminds me of? This was big in the homeschooling community, so you might know of this.
Oh, boy.
There was a program that you could use that you could watch DVDs through that would filter out curse words.
I'm not on DVD, but I've seen this. I've seen this, yeah.
And I think now it's like, now you can do it with like Netflix shows.
Yeah, and you can customize it.
Yeah.
I've seen this. It's like whatever you don't want.
VidAngel, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what this definitely reminds me of.
Roblox also says that for certain messages, they have like a third AI layer that they send off messages, because there's like kind of standard stuff. It's pretty obvious. Like TF would be like, we all know what that stands for, and so they can more easily filter that out. But there's other things where, like, what if people use like the @ symbol, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
To
like translate it.
Well, yeah, to just like make it so that a person reading it would be able to tell that it's something that a naughty word.
Oh.
But any filtering system wouldn't recognize it because it's not actually a word,
Oh.
or not something that's already
spelling something that's
been
with
programmed into it to know to filter that out.
Okay.
And so they have like a third layer that for that instance.
That's good.
So
because we all know people are going to try and get around it.
There's always a workaround. There's always is, and that's the other problem with this. Is just like they've got this filtering thing, but people are going to figure out a different way to filter around it, or to mess
it
around.
up.
So.
Yeah, which again is why you can't really blame Roblox for this. Like
they're trying.
They're trying their best.
They're trying to keep everybody separate and in appropriate scenarios. And I feel bad for them in a way.
I kind of do too.
It feels like you can never do enough.
Yeah.
But you don't just want to shut down the game.
No, you can't shut down the game. The kids will be so mad.
Some people do, though. Speaking of YouTube, you're not going to believe this, but YouTubers are causing some trouble.
Oh, shocking.
Yeah.
What?
8772 RadioU in South Carolina, officials are warning of YouTubers posing as health inspectors to be able to get into restaurants to do secret restaurant audits.
Oh, no.
So they're pretending to be, they're warning that YouTubers are going around pretending to be a health inspector. That way they can get into the kitchen and the walk-in fridge and everything and be able to see how these restaurants are actually, preparing their food and whatever.
Yeah.
So they may not be like legitimate health inspecting like they may not have the checklist like a real health inspector would, not following all the rules, but they're still trying to accomplish the same task of making sure the restaurants aren't like throwing your food on the floor.
Okay.
Or so they're basically being Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And so these whoever's doing this actually is doing okay because they've amassed, at least one of these accounts has amassed over 400,000 followers from posting videos like these.
So they film it.
They've been filming it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they can expose restaurants that might not be following all the rules, or at least we don't know. I guess we don't know if they're following the rules, but just if you walked into the kitchen and you saw something and it's like, I don't want to eat at this place, and you post it out, that's going to make some big waves.
Absolutely. It really is like at that point, restaurant nightmares, where it's letting people know like these are, or was it kitchen nightmares? What it was
kitchen
called?
Nightmares. Yeah.
Where, he would go in and tour and then he'd be yelling at people and the classic Gordon Ramsay move.
That was always crazy to me because it's like, you knew he was coming.
I know.
That's why I can't get enough of Gordon Ramsay yelling at people, but that show always threw me out because it's like, he's coming. How you have like moldy chicken just sitting, just buckets of it.
Yeah. How do you not realize that you got to clean your walk-in before Gordon Ramsay walks through your kitchen?
That must be the instructions. Like, if you want to be on the show, you have to go 3 months. Like,
don't touch anything.
Yeah, don't mess with anything.
Yeah.
So that the show's actually interesting.
Yeah.
Because we walked in. Gordon Ramsay never walks in and it's like spotless in here.
Yeah.
It never happens.
Very, very rarely.
Yeah. He's like, I would eat off this floor.
Right.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah. Very rarely was he pleased with the environment of those kitchens. But yeah, this is interesting because they do tell you when a health inspector, shows up. Sometimes it can just be out of the blue. You may not know. It's similar for us that work in radio. Somebody from the FCC can just show up and ask to look at our public file, and you have to provide that to them.
Don't give people ideas.
Well, I'm just saying it's easy to take advantage of an owner of a restaurant, especially like a small mom and pop place, because they are just like, oh yeah, I guess that is, even though they're not on the schedule, they can just show up whenever they want.
And you're going to give all of the people there a heart attack.
Yeah.
By doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to decide, like, I guess because health inspections only happen so often, right?
I think it's
and the way they do it, which is in some ways very nice, but also like as a consumer, you're like, I don't know if I like this, is like unless you get like just the absolute worst score on your health inspection, you still get like a warning. Like you get to stay open and then it's like, we're coming back in 3 months or whatever it is. And everything you better fix it. Yeah. So you get a lot of leeway.
It's true.
And you only get inspected every so often.
Yeah.
And then if you haven't been inspected a while, a new one must be coming. So it is kind of in a way you can game the system. I think most restaurants are trying. I think they are. I've worked in restaurants. I think most are trying very hard, and they know they could get shut down, and they want to make a good experience. But at the same time, sometimes it's hard to keep things clean, especially with your employees. All I'm trying to say is, I guess this is wrong, but also if they're exposing places that are really
bad,
then are they kind of doing something good?
Yeah, they might be doing a public service.
This is keeping people from getting sick. So it's a really tough situation.
It is tough. I don't like it when someone has to lie to do that. So I'd probably still say don't do that.
Yeah, but man, this is probably great content though.
Oh, I bet. I bet these videos are very entertaining.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Season 10 of Love is Blind has come to an end. And we have Sparkle from Middays here along with Allie, who both actually watched the season finale and the entire season. Just warning for everybody. There definitely could be spoilers ahead. There will be spoilers ahead.
Yeah, because we got to talk about it. I mean, this is Hudson's been up all night waiting for this.
I have, because
so we can't.
I don't watch it, so the only way I find out. This is my season finale right now. So when we had talked last week, y'all predicted that there would only be one couple that would actually get married.
Yeah.
How did you guys do?
Well, we did. We were right about that one couple, but
we called that from day one.
Yes,
I knew that Christine and Vic were going to be what was surprising that my mouth was on the floor was Jordan and Amber.
Yes.
On the floor. Because the way that Netflix did it, where they like made it to where he was unsure and he didn't want to move there. And I was watching with my best friend and she kept being like, Netflix is doing something. This is weird. This is weird. And I mean, she clocked it, but on the floor. I did not expect that one. I did not.
It's the classic deceptive editing from Netflix. They mostly deceptive edit to make you think that people are going to get together, that they're going to say yes when they get to the altar. But in this case, they were deceptively editing to make it seem as if they were not getting along and they would not say yes. And then they did. And as Sparkle said, it was very shocking for this couple to say
and the
yes.
brother comes out being like, I'm going to be surprised. Like, straight up from the beginning, it's like, this ain't happening. I'm going to be surprised. Like, can you imagine if your brother said that on your wedding night? I don't think Beyonce's going to say yes. Sorry. Like, I can't. That was really shooketh. But the one that got me, like, I'm talking about, I want to have this much audacity and pettiness is what Ashley did at the altar. Oh my God.
Grilled him.
So who was Ashley with?
Ashley was with Alex.
And is Alex the guy we hate?
No, the guy we hate was Chris, but we also did not like Alex because Alex was the guy that would like say the right answer every single time. And like anytime she asked him any pointed questions, he would say a lot of words, but not actually answer the question. So he's kind of like
never say anything.
Yeah,
he just talked in circles.
Yeah, he would try and disguise what he's saying by just saying a lot, but really he wasn't saying anything.
Smart.
And can we talk about? No, yeah, you would, Hudson. You would. And can we talk about how he could not go 5 minutes in the devotional without saying, or the confessional when you're talking to the camera, without talking about something
devotional.
with soccer?
Yeah, I know. Seriously, he had to talk about
here.
soccer every second of the day. But yeah, it was all it was the Alex show. He only cared about himself. This is the guy who there were rumors that his mom was like fake and that she had been.
Have those been confirmed yet?
I haven't heard any more rumors about that, Sparkle. Have you?
I mean, I watched the wedding and I'm like, when she said, "Hey kiddo," I was like, absolutely not. I was like, you are a paid actor. You are a paid actor to say it like that. It was the most disingenuous thing ever. I mean, the only thing that was genuine, I guess, is when the mom was like, "I don't like how she called you a liar," and I'm like, that would be like anybody being like, "Don't say that." But what got me is when she was like, "You have no integrity," flash to them cheersing, and he's like, "Cheers to my integrity." I'm like, they are so savage to each other. Like, both of them were so savage.
I know.
I could not believe that.
I knew that was going to fall apart, and that was another deceptive edit because they made it seem until Ashley got up at the altar like she was going to say yes, and then she absolutely eviscerated him at the altar. He was about
interrupted.
to give. Yeah, he was about to say, "I don't." He was about to say, "I do not want to marry you," because they had asked Alex, and she goes, "I already know your answer, and I don't choose you either."
Wow.
Literally,
it was like
the most
took
wild
the power out of his hands.
The most.
I mean,
wild
it was
moment.
like deflated. If you've seen his face, it was deflatement. Like he just was like, ugh. And then she just annihilates him. She's like, "You are a liar. You have no integrity. I became a better person, but I don't think you did."
Yep.
And it was like, bam. And then she asked him, she's like, "What do you think? Do you think you're a better person?" And he's just like, "Absolutely, 100%. I'm better." Like, because his favorite words is absolutely, realistically, and honestly.
That's all he could say. I hated that word every time he said it. Oh,
he was just
annoying.
like, the way that he talked made me want to like punch a stranger. Like I have so much rage when he talks. It's unfreaking real.
It was so bad.
It was so bad, but I will say, I was like, to have the audacity and the level of pettiness that Ashley did, I aspire to that. Because she could have nixed this she could have done it the day before, like Brittany and Devontae. Like, they nixed it. They're like, we're not going to do it.
Right.
We're not going to get married. But she waited. I was like, oh. I was impressed. Let me be that petty, please.
Yeah.
So she's the real winner.
She really is. Although I'm as we said, very excited for Christine and Vic. I definitely think they, as a couple, have the ability to go the long haul. You can tell in the wedding itself, because they kept that wedding for last, which they usually do. Like the wedding that works, they keep that for the last part of the episode, just so you have something to kind of end on a happy note with. And you could tell his sister did the wedding, like she was the officiant.
Yeah.
And so you could just tell there were more personal touches added into the wedding.
Yes.
So they were
Yes.
planning to get married. In the other ones, it's all just like they knew that they weren't going to.
Okay,
That
well,
sounds so boring to me, though.
What?
They're just gonna, all the drama, and then, we're just gonna get married and have a happy life. That's so boring.
But that's what the show's
Hudson
about.
wants
It's supposed to
everybody
be
to crash and
about
burn.
love. It's supposed to be about love.
I don't. The reunion is going to be next week,
Oh
and
my
I have
gosh.
heard some crazy rumors about it, which I will obviously not say because I want to even be surprised.
Yeah.
But there are some rumors that are circling around about what actually happens at the reunion, and like this show's just a mess.
It really is.
Sorry, Ohio, you are a mess.
It's a mess anytime.
We're gonna need to come back for that. Okay, Sparkle, I have a question I want to ask you from earlier this week. We didn't have you on because it hadn't been the Love Is Blind finale yet. But on Wednesday we did Would You Rather Wednesday. We did Would You Rather get married, go through the Love Is Blind process, do it that way, or you get married to somebody you've never met, talked to, seen, picked out by your parents.
Kind of married at first sight.
Literally.
style.
That was an MTV show. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Well,
it was
Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight was on. I think it was on Lifetime actually.
Well, there was
probably the
one show where
reruns.
your mom picked out a couple dates that you had to go on. I just remember that.
Yeah,
But,
that one. But there actually was a dating show that was Married at First Sight where they would have 3 experts, relationship experts that would pair people up, and it was all a joke. They never actually paired people that actually had anything.
Oh,
in common.
100%.
It was ridiculous.
I would say, honestly, when I look at the Love Is Blind, like I always tell my friends I could have done it. I really could have done it. The only thing that would hold me back is I would get insecure to be like, okay, I hope he thinks I'm pretty. Like, I think that's the only thing that would hold me back. But when I watch it, I'm like, I actually agree with the first couple of weeks. Like, you really are. It's like you take 6 months of dating and you compress it into a couple of weeks because you're spending hours with these people during the day, and you're not working, you're not doing anything else, you're not hanging out with your friends. They're isolated into these little pods, so it's like really intense dating. I think I could do it. I really do. I love my mom and dad so much. Like, if you're listening, you guys are the best parents in the world, but like, no.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we said too.
Yeah.
We were like, we think we would still, even though the process is flawed, we would like to be able to meet them and talk with them and get to know them. And I love my parents too, but I'm just like, I don't know if I could go to the altar without knowing who it is.
My dad would be like, looks don't matter, right? We picked this guy. Like, he would be doing Love Is Blind is like, I don't care what he looks like as long as he like makes a lot of money and he's really sweet to you and loves Jesus. Like, I can see my dad doing that. So I'm like, Dad, I don't want to be like, I gotta like at least look at him in the eye.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because my thing was like the flaw with the Love Is Blind is like you're like, oh, I don't know what they'll look like. I might not be attracted to them. And the flaw with your parents is you don't get to meet them at all.
Yeah.
Because I think my parents would probably have a halfway decent idea of, who I would be attracted to. But I feel like there's a big risk of them picking somebody that they think that they might like, but that might not be a good fit for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're thinking like, how can I have like the best, well, for me, son-in-law. So I'm like, I feel like my mom and dad, like, they love me, but I just feel like I want to have a little bit of say in it.
So
just a little.
I think we're all in agreement.
Yeah, we're all. If we weren't in relationships, we would definitely love to be on all Love Is Blind.
Oh yeah,
Given the choices, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know if I actually would love to be on it, but it would be an interesting experience.
I think I would have loved to do it like the first 2 or 3 seasons. I don't know about now.
Yeah, now it's just pure chaos. I think they definitely cast people that just want to be on it for fame.
That's what I'm thinking. Every reality show, the more known it becomes, the more the people on there are just trying to become
Get Instagram
influencers.
followers.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. 100%.
Oh, it's all clout. And you know that Alex, our number one villain, our second number one villain, he was headhunted. He said he got contacted on LinkedIn and they were like, hey, do you want to do this? Because apparently, I did some research on this. They will go on LinkedIn and see who's actually working in the city. And it's all based on like, if you know someone and they tell you a story, then they're going to go and try to find that person. Like, it's crazy. Netflix does a lot of like background to put drama together.
No.
Like,
oh my gosh.
They really
That's
do.
so
I think they did
annoying
the research.
to me.
Yeah.
Every time, Sparkle, I come to this show, we talk about it. And I think this is exactly what I said last season. I just get more and more depressed watching the show because it's all manipulation.
Yeah, but
it's
you
all
can't be mad. You got to give them credit. They know how to make a good show.
They definitely do because I keep watching
It's like wrestling. It's just like, is it real or not? I don't know, but I'm entertained.
I'm definitely entertained. I'm glad that there are at least a few couples that seem to have found genuine love. But yeah, I'm just annoyed that I continually get manipulated and hoodwinked by Netflix.
Exactly. Well, it's Netflix. They're billionaires, so they don't have to worry about our emotional health over this.
They make so much money off of Love Is Blind. They can make all those other stupid shows that nobody watches.
Exactly. They're like, what? You're upset? Sorry, we can't hear you. It's raining cash over here. We cannot hear you. Yeah, bless our hearts.
To hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna start saying that. I'm too rich to hear this. That'll be my new catchphrase. I'm too rich to hear this.
It's Radio U. 8772 Radio U. Thanks for waking up with us here on Radio U Mornings with Hudson and Allie and a special guest. He's put out so many amazing songs here on Radio U. Do You Really Love Me has been a big hit recently. And now it's time for a brand new song from Collington.
Hey.
Good morning. Welcome to Radio U Mornings.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to have you. First off, we got to talk about it, James. You've been on a hiatus. It's been a minute since we've had new music from you. I always check for, music news for our social media team, and I was logging on Instagram. What's Collington up to? And there really wasn't a lot going on for a few months. So you got to let us know what you've been up to on this short hiatus.
Yeah, I was visiting the Caribbean islands and coming back, and I got detained by customs. And so I was locked up
You're kidding. You
for a
gotta
little
be
bit.
joking right now.
But I no, I'm totally kidding. I had a kid, and honestly, man, I've just been kind of grinding at this for so long, and it sometimes you just gotta break the motion and put things down so you can see how to pick them back up again. And for me, that meant I sold a ton of my guitars, and I just started throwing myself into photography because it felt like oxygen to me. And that started to go really well. And all of a sudden, the songs started coming out again in an organic way that they had not in a long time. And I had to kind of do a sneak on myself, though, to get them out, because I did not sit down and be like, I'm going to write Collington songs. I was going to pull a Dr. Seuss and do some pseudonym songs and just release them under another name.
Oh, nice.
And, so that's why the parentheses thing there is Waiting for Daylight Are. And basically I was like, I just made it up. I was like, if I lived in French Canada, what would I want my song to sound like? And I just started writing songs under that. And then as I started doing it, I was like, oh man, this is not as superficial as I thought. And there's actually some depth to this. And I think I just fooled myself into writing a new Collington song.
That's really interesting.
That is such a cool story behind that. I love it. That's awesome. I mean, Caribbean islands and all. That's just amazing.
Yeah.
That's it. If you need a song, go just try to bring something on a plane you shouldn't.
Speaking of like traveling, I was noticing that this song, Waiting for Daylight, has already premiered in the UK, which we're not jealous of or anything. But not only that, but I was like looking at your Spotify. I was like, I wonder if are a lot of people in the UK listening to Collington? And what I noticed is you have like a lot of listeners overseas, like Singapore and Johannesburg and Sydney, Australia. How do you explain? I know you're from New England. You live in California now. How do you explain your international appeal?
It's kind of, I don't even know what to say to that. There have been events I've done in the past, and it's just like doing Christian music. Sometimes you open up or you lead worship for churches.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time, we were joking around with the pastor. He's like, what do you want me to name? And this guy did not care. And we're like, just the European sensation known as Collington. And he ran with it. And ever since then, it's been kind of a joke that's kind of manifested some truth somehow. It's weird. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's bot farms out there. Maybe my mom has some international accounts. But yeah, the UK has always been super good to us. How did you even find out that our song was playing over there?
Because it was on your Instagram.
Yeah, it was on your Instagram that it was debuting early in the UK. We were like,
oh, so I told you. Great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we were like,
caught you.
cool.
Caught you.
I told you I've been stalking
Busted.
the Instagram waiting for new music.
I don't even know what I post on there. It's bad. Yeah.
That's awesome.
At least somebody's posting for you.
It may not be James.
That's
We don't
it.
know.
Yeah. I mean, it's accurate. So.
It's my Jim Carrey stunt double. So,
James, I do need to know before we get to the new song. You are from New England. I'm decked out in Red Sox gear. I know you're a Red Sox fan too. How are you feeling going into, we're about to start the baseball season?
you know, one of the things that got me into baseball is it's like just doing music and production oriented things. It's so nice to just not know what's going on during baseball. And so that's one of the reasons I like it. So I am a false fan, and like it's just so nice to go to an event where there's like energy and you're not thinking about what the sound guy's doing or like what's happening behind the scenes. And so for me, that's so exciting. And it can get kind of gnarly too. Like the first baseball game I went to, it was AAA game. So Red Sox versus Yankees, AAA teams. And I remember that. Did I tell you this guy before?
It doesn't sound familiar.
All right. So the Yankees dude, he swings and misses. The bat goes into the crowd and it hits a guy in a wheelchair.
No.
And the guy went and asked for his bat back, and the whole stadium just started booing him. And at this point, I need to be a part of this. And so that's how I got into baseball. So I'm feeling good. You know, it's, Fenway Park has beautiful obstructed views, and it'll continue to stay that way.
Yeah.
Beautiful obstructed views. Speaks like a true Red Sox man.
You know what? I feel like that's a good way to be, because I say this all the time. It's actually crazy to be any sports fan, because at least 29 out of 30 years you end with heartbreak, you know? And it's it takes your whole life if you follow it closely, and then you actually wind up sad almost all the time. So to just casually follow it is probably the best thing to do.
That's it. I feel like that's like parenting advice too. It's like, it's going to be 29 years of heartbreaks. Just let them go.
All right, now we need to know. We're going to play the brand new song, Waiting for Daylight. All right. Am I saying that right? I'm from Canada. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing the French-Canadian part right.
You're Canadian?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
You're like, why are you wearing a
love
Blue
Canadians.
Jays?
I didn't grow up in the French-Canadian part, so I just grew up reading it but not pronouncing it.
That's okay, dude. That's amazing. We could be friends on Duolingo.
Yeah, there we go.
Are you taking French on Duolingo currently?
I've got like a 3-year streak. Yeah, I'm almost.
Yes.
I'm like right around the edge.
Okay.
I'm right around the edge where I could become a French citizen if I went through the process. You need to be B2, and I'm like right up there. So,
Dang.
Are you going to write a song like fully in French at all?
I've thought about it, and because like there's basically 2 conversations I have with French people. It's like, because where I live is kind of a touristy area, so people pass through, and when you hear people speaking French, they say, "Hey, parlez-vous français? Venez-vous de France?" And they're either like mortified or they're like so stoked that I'm talking to them. And so, yeah.
That would be really cool, though.
Yeah. I don't see France on the top 5 on Spotify, so that's your next. That's your next
That's the
move.
target. Yeah.
Yeah, France and Quebec.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
Anything else we need to know about the new song before we share it with the world, except for the UK?
Yeah. That's it's reparations for the Revolutionary War. That's why I had to send it to them first. But it is too early to be doing this. No, I don't have anything to say. Thank you for listening. Thank you for putting out, and you guys are amazing. I love you.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.